Hi, this is Damian from the Self-Defense Company, and today we're going to talk about why we use edge of hand and heel of hand techniques as opposed to a fist technique. First of all, as we talked about before, against hitting against the surfaces of the body, you've got the head, you've got the elbow, you've got the hard surfaces that you can easily damage your knuckles against, even if they were conditioned correctly. The other reason is because it's technically a military-based system or a combatant-based program, and I would be wary of any program that teaches you to hit with a fist and calls itself a military-based program. And we see this in programs like Krav Maga. We see it in target focus training. We see it in some of Wagner stuff and Kelly McCann or whatever the hell he's calling himself these days. If you were punching against somebody who's a military combatant, they're going to be wearing gear. They're going to have a weapon. They're going to have possibly a helmet. Any type of webbing, holding any type of equipment on. You're going to be punching these hard surfaces, which are actually harder than the bones you're going to be breaking your hands on. So you run a huge risk of breaking your hand. The gloves were used because we're primarily or the fist is used because we're primarily a sporting-based society. So you need to look at programs that advocate using the fist over the edge of hand and heel of hand, because they are not military-based programs. They are sporting-based programs. A fist works better when your hand is gloved and wrapped and protected, no doubt about it, in a sporting environment. But in the street, where it's unprotected, it is not the strike of choice. Add to that, grabbing a weapon becomes extremely difficult. If it is a military-based program and you are punching a guy, cracking your hand on his helmet, and then you go to secure a weapon with these two knuckles broken, how are you going to grab onto that? How are you going to do that? There's no doubt that striking with the edge of hand run the risk of dislocating or breaking one or two fingers. But they're the fingers in the end. They're not the operable fingers. With that, these fingers still broken, I can still operate a slide. Okay, I can still pull a trigger. With these two fingers broken, I can't operate on. Okay, I can't rack it. So now, these are the things you have to think about when you're training and what you're training specifically for. When people talk about being a military-based system and they're using closed fist techniques, they're not from a military. It's not from a military background. It's not from a combative background. It's not even from a self-defense background. It's from a sporting background. Okay, think about it. Think about it logically. Traditionally, the samurai didn't use really any strikes at all because they're fighting other people in armor. And you see a lot of these open-hand techniques and more of the grappling techniques because it would be stupid and ridiculous to punch somebody who's wearing full body armor. And they knew this. And that's how they trained. And these are the things you need to keep in mind with your training. This is Damian from the Self-Defense Company. Until next time, as always, train honestly.